Yeah, do you have SDK up? Okay, yeah, let me know.
Hey, just stand by with us, folks. I'm just having some technical difficulties. Just came back from a small power outage right before the start. Carl is in the booth with me here. We are here with the virtual velocity racing at the Texas Motor Speedway, and they're going to be here for 110 laps. So definitely interesting. Obviously, it's been a good fight so far. It does look like Robert Kahn is leading the race so far, as Dalton Kilroe, John Garrett, Maxwell Caldwell, and Andrew Pleshy for your top 5 currently.
Of course, things just always, tend to happen exactly when you want them to happen. It's always convenient when things happen like that. But yeah, I have been here since the start, and I can tell you right now that you guys haven't missed too much yet. No cautions or anything like that to speak of. Robert Kahn started on the pole and currently has worked his way back up to the front. It was a good battle in the beginning of the race. John Garrett had the lead for a bit, but now Garrett's slipping back here a little bit, as the top 5 is going to be Robert Kahn, Dalton Kilroe, Maxwell Caldwell, John Garrett, and Andrew Pileshi. And then Austin Call, Todd Merkel, Gordon Larson, DJ Mitzel, and Eric Blunt rounding out your top 10. We are currently on lap number 19 of 110, so still got plenty of racing yet to go. Hopefully we get these little bugs fixed up here, and then we will bring you the live racing action here for the Virtual Velocity Racing ARCA series.
Hey, we're definitely still live. I mean, I obviously just don't have any overlays to feed the fans out there right now, so they get a clear picture with our sponsors of Gold Bike Guardians and.
Are we live on YouTube?
Yeah, we're live on YouTube.
Is there another link? Because the link I'm looking at right now is not showing us live at all.
Well, you might have, since you made another one. Well, while I was fighting the power, it is live.
No, I didn't make another one. let me try refreshing. Maybe it's on my end here.
There's 2.
Wow. Okay. Maybe that's why then.
I won't not.
Let me take a look here. Yeah. Are you? Yeah, I'm guessing you might have shown the or given the wrong link here, Jimmy. So we just needed to get the right. Yeah, I that's weird. So I'm gonna.
Anyone's pitting his lap. Don, I'm pitting.
Gotcha. Still working on some of the kinks here on the back end. Not sure what exactly is going on, but you know, SDK just gotta be an SDK like it typically does for us. But again, it is Robert Kahn out there right now completing lap number 26. 21 cars in the field, and right now I think the question is Andrew Paleschi. I was kind of watching him earlier. He was up there towards the front, but now all of a sudden there's something that might have happened here to Andrew Paleschi, and I'm not sure if it was just an early pit stop here, a very early pit stop. But he did come into the pits. I didn't see any kind of contact with the wall or anything like that. Just kind of watching it back here myself. But an early pit stop here for Paleschi. So it has him 21st and dead last right now, 1 lap down. The rest of the 20 are on the lead lap. Robert Kahn leads the way. Dalton Kilrow, Maxwell Caldwell, John Garrett, and Austin Call now for your top 5. Then you got Merkel, Green, Mitzel, Blunt, and Larson for your top 10. We do have an update on the point standings after the Indianapolis race last week. Just want to get those fresh and back up here. As of course jumping around here, having to close some things out on my side too. I closed that out by accident, but Andrew Paleschi is your points leader heading into tonight by 17 points over Dalton Kilrow, who was out there last week, got his 4th win of the season at Michigan. At Indianapolis, and climbed up a little bit closer to Andrew Paleschi, but it just seems like both of them have kind of been nip and tuck. I mean, we've had 8 different winners through the first 12 races, but obviously Kilrow having 4 of those wins by himself. Robert Kahn, the only other one that has multiple wins with 2. But Paleschi and Kilrow have just been not really letting each other go this entire season the way it seems. I mean, last week, Kilrow goes out there, wins, but only wins by half a second over Paleschi. So gained a little bit of ground last week, but not enough for him to really get up there in the mix. But right now, certainly looking good as Kilrow is running in 2nd place. Paleschi back there now with Hilton Young. Both of them are 1 lap down after making their early pit stops here tonight. But 110 laps on tap. We're only getting through the first 30 so far, so we still got 80 laps to go, but we're starting to see some more takers into pit lane, so these cars may not be making it too far on fuel here tonight.
Yeah, Carl, just with the obviously just sorry for the overlays, folks. Definitely we're gonna just keep you up to date. I don't know, and the SDK is not being nice. Power goes out right before I need to go live. It's just been a downhill, just mess here technically, but obviously not out of here on the track for these drivers right now. Robert Kahn, Dalton Kilrow in the pits, along with Maxwell Caldwell. They're running up front. Austin Call looks like is still out. But Eric Blount, Tyler Hilton, Mike Wright out. Len McNeese is going to stay out, along with Michael Taylor. So pits are hot and heavy here on lap 32 of 110. And hopefully I can get these overlays going. I just don't know what's going on. The SDK does not want to play tonight. It's frustrating.
Well, I mean, maybe SDK is kind of taking an early summer break, as obviously these drivers here at VVR are going to be taking their summer break after this race here tonight. It's going to be a month off until we're back out in action here. But Len McNeese still out there, as is Michael Taylor, plugging away before they come in and make their pit stops. Robert Kahn has already been in to make his pit stop and looking to regain the lead, which he will do so this time by as both McNeese and Taylor now in the pits. So right around 30 laps for their first pit stops here. So we're going to be looking at least 2 more stops here to get you to the end. Paleschi coming in a little bit earlier than everybody else, so we'll see if that's long enough and deep enough into the run to be able to just make it on 2 more stops. But it is Kahn, Kilrow, Paleschi, Caldwell, and Mitzel now as we'll complete the first pit cycle.
And I am on fire at the moment. A little bit angry because stuff doesn't go my way at the moment, but the overlays are back, Carl.
Beautiful.
SDK finally wanted to play there, and you can. I'll just leave everything up there so everybody can kind of see. Even when I went to go live, there was I think 2 links that showed up. I just made one. I posted it super early. I put it on everybody's Facebook. Like, yeah. I prepped early.
You're being proactive, and you screwed up. I don't know what you're doing being proactive and getting ready so early. I mean, this is clearly all on you. I mean, it's definitely not SDK.
Why I knew I had to make dinner. Like I was gonna grill some burgers and stuff. Like we're tailgating and everything. I don't know. Anyways, it's just the endless. Obviously, it's technology, so things do happen here. So I do apologize for the late start, but. Carl said he was here from the start, and it's been full green flag running here so far. And Carl, we've seen some of the races here at VVR kind of go sour, and lately they're on a really good string of just green flags from almost start to finish. Very, very, very few caution flags. So looking at another one here, already stretching past that point of. Where they had to come down in the pits. So, when these longer race happens, when these green flag, I should say not when these longer races, but when these green flag races happen, it definitely puts a, something in the driver's head where, you got to start thinking about some strategy and what needs to be done. We got a battle brewing here between John Garrett going to the outside of Maxwell Garrett. Excuse me, Maxwell Garrett.
Maxwell Caldwell, yeah.
Maxwell Caldwell. John Garrett going outside of Maxwell Caldwell. So maybe Maxwell not taking tires that time, right?
Well, what it does is, like you said, Jimmy, it puts an absolute emphasis on pit strategy and having the right strategy at the right time. I mean, right now, it could be a situation where you have some guys that took tires on that first pit stop and some that did not. Again, these real close there between the 94 and 24. These drivers, as typical, only have a certain amount of tires in the pits here. So maybe not necessarily taking a set of tires every time. Maybe electing to not take a set of tires that first time is what the drivers think is the best strategy, or at least some of them do. But I mean, right now it is Robert Kahn out front by 1.38 seconds over Dalton Kilroe. John Garrett, Andrew Palesci, Austin Call for your top five, then Caldwell, Green, Mitzel, Merkel, and Larson for your top five. But it's been a little bit since we've seen Robert Kahn up there and in the mix trying to get that win. As again, he's one of those two drivers out there with multiple wins this season, but it's been a little bit. And taking a look back through here, and the last time that we've seen Robert Kahn in victory lane, you'd have to look all the way back to race number 5 at Richmond. That's when he got his second win, and the first win coming at the second race of the year at Auto Club. So tri-ovals, I guess, is the only thing that you can say is the same there. I mean, obviously Auto Club, the big old beautiful 2-mile track, and then you got Richmond being the 3/4 mile tri-oval there in Virginia. But it's been a little bit since we've seen Kahn in victory lane, so we'll see if maybe he's got the ticket here at Texas to get it done. But plenty of racing yet to go. We're only about a third of the way through this race, and a little battle for second now sees Garrett moving into second place.
Yeah, I think John Garrett, one of those drivers that is elected to take tires, as he's made his way around Dalton Kilroe, and we've seen I know they have 2 sets of tires. So it's not just one set that they have to kind of decide when to come and get it. So because if you had one set of tires, I mean, it's almost obvious if you're not going to take tires until at least halfway mark. You never, especially races like this. So I know there's at least 2 sets that they have the opportunity, and that's why you see some drivers kind of following back through. But John Garrett running 31 twos, everybody else running 32 twos, so like a whole second faster here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. So still got 1 set of tires left, and obviously if there's 2 sets, they were able to make a third of the way there, because we got pit stops look like around 35 or 36. So sitting right around about a third of the way. So hopefully maybe not much fuel saving going on. Tire saving.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, fuel saving going on here. So maybe just split it in threes and roll the dice here and see if it works for the 66 as he's now made it to the front and plenty of time to check out. Got another 20 laps to kind of roll out on here on that. And right now, let's see, yeah, you're in a 31.9 over that 32.3, and that was on the move. And then you want to look back here and somehow the 18. Well, the 18 has made it forward. It made me stutter for a minute, but maybe I needed some
It's
Affleck.
not me. I promise it's not me. It is Austin Call out there. But yeah, he appears to be another one maybe on a set of tires, and the O2 right there of Tyler Hilton down 7 laps right now. Just did come out of the pits, but he's now working. He goes 3 wide down to the bottom as Austin Call goes to the top. And clearly that 18 on some freshies right now, and it looks like maybe the O2 is as well, and even a little bit fresher. But Tyler Hilton going to need a lot of help to get himself back up into this race. And the way they're driving right now, clean and green, it may not happen, but
yeah, unfortunately.
We'll see how this thing plays out. Still plenty of racing left to go. I want to thank everyone for tuning in here tonight. Whenever you did, as Mitchell gets into the wall there a little bit, if you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe on whichever stream you're watching. Hopefully it's the live one that you hear us talking and watching the racing right now. But want to send a thank you out to our sponsors as well: Goldline Guardians, Fort Worth Screen Printing, and Hilton Crafts and Designs.
Well, I need to go over there and let's see. Sorry, folks. I do apologize for the things out of my control here tonight. We were gonna go back to make sure. We do see. I did get some practice or some time out here, Carl, and you know that coming off turn 4 does really get really pushy here.
Yeah, for some reason it seems like it's kind of the MO of these quad ovals here. I mean, you definitely get that at Charlotte. You sometimes get it here at Texas. I thought maybe with it being the nighttime and a little bit cooler temperatures out there here tonight, as the track is pretty cool, all things considered. I mean, only 86 degrees right now, so that's a pretty cool, fresh track out there. But it would almost seem like because it's that cool that it would go the other way, that maybe it would get a little loose for these drivers. But yeah, the push, and I've seen it a couple times now of the drivers, even coming off of turn number 2. If you're in the wrong line, you can push up and get in that backstretch wall pretty easily. But I mean, it's the nature of the beast here at Texas. It's a very fast track here. You're pretty much mashed to the floor for the most of the line here tonight. But you got to be conscious of tire saving. Again, I don't have enough tires to take them on every pit stop here, I don't believe. I forget if it's 2 or 3 sets that they have in the pits. If they have 3, then you can take a set each time, but I think it might only be 2 here tonight. John Garrett already taken a set. He is setting sail out front, or at least he was, but now Austin Call in the 18 has run him down here, but it is only a half a second separating first and second. You see it right there on your screen. And now looking from the front of the 18 up at that 66.
Yeah, and just kind of maybe pushing that car maybe a little harder than John Garrett, as John Garrett obviously made it to the front and knows that he has to kind of maybe, I don't know if they have to stretch fuel, but make that fuel work for the rest of the race here to that point where they need to come in, and hopefully only one more time forward to some of these drivers. Now I see Andrew Pleshy. Let's see, go here with him. I see he's down in the pits here now at lap 51.
This is the second time he's been in fairly early. I mean, I believe his first pit stop was around lap 25 also, so it seems like he's only getting about 25 laps on a tank of fuel, unless he's deciding to split this up and make it a 4 pit stop race. I'm not sure if that's exactly the right call. I mean, it seems like everyone out there can make it on a 3 stopper here tonight, but the 81 trying something different here. He's the points leader, so I can't necessarily say what he's doing is wrong. He's in the points lead for a reason, but now once again this pit stop going to put him back there 1 lap down in 19th position, and any kind of caution at the wrong time, Peleshi's going to be hurting here. But you got now Eric Blunt, Mike Rideout, and Len McNeese all in the pits as well, so maybe a nice long run in that first one is is what they could do, but now that they're stretched out here and not drafting as much, it's a lot quicker to run out of fuel. As Maxwell Caldwell now in the pits as well. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with strategy here tonight. I don't know what's going on with your power, SDK. I don't know what's going on at all here. I don't know what to do with my hands right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Andrew Pleshy is making decisions out there. I mean, they're obviously championship decisions. I mean, he's doing well. He's been doing good all season with the points lead, only having one win and still having some great finishes. So just a little bit in something out of the ordinary that we're not seeing by everybody else. So, there is a strategy that works for everybody, and maybe this is the one that's going to work here for Andrew tonight. Maybe he knows something that we do not.
Well, we'll find out in another half of the race, as we are just getting to the halfway point right now. Andrew Pleshy working his way around Tim Lee to move himself up into 12th position. As you see, quite a few drivers taking to pit lane right now. The top 9 have yet to come into the pits. Brandon Muir, Michael Pratt now into pit lane. But, I mean, yeah, we've seen these drivers come in around lap 30 on that first run. And right now, we still got another 5 laps to get to that point. So we'll see if we get anybody making it to 60. I mean, you don't need to make it to lap 60 to be able to make it to the end. I mean, realistically, if you come in around this point, you should be set up to be able to make it on just one more pit stop. But man, I don't know. I thought it was a guarantee, and now it's these guys got me scratching my head here a little bit. And maybe it's a situation where, you know, the guys that went 30 on that first run came in, took tires, and these guys that were out here that are coming in now, coming in a little bit early to get those first set of tires and really try and make hay with that next run. But we'll see how it all plays out. Austin Call right now has taken over the lead. John Garrett, Robert Kahn, Dalton Kilrow, and Gordon Larson for your top 5, but we still have the top 6 plus Tim Lee that is yet to make their second pit stop of the night.
Yeah, and these might be the drivers that are staying out, but you can see right now, Tim Lee coming in here at lap 57. So yeah, Carl, maybe that what Andrew Pleshy is running, we might see that 81 up front sooner than later. You might have some drivers out there trying to make it 2 stops. You might have people doing 3 stops. So it's going to be interesting. See which one works. Obviously, if they can keep it going green from start to finish, the 2-stop strategy should come out victorious. But that might not necessarily be the case here, as it looks like I'm on right now with Austin Call, and all but the top 5 are a lap down, Carl. So if something were to happen between now and whenever, there's a lot of people that might be a little angry.
I'm not saying, you're just saying.
Just saying. Half like 3/4 of the field be like, what's going on? So
I mean, obviously they'd stay out and get a wave around to get back on the lead lap, but they'd really be behind the 8 ball and off strategy for sure. But we'll see how this all plays out now. Andrew Pleshy moves himself into 6th position, making it past Michael Taylor, who is yet to come in for his pit stop. So right now it's the top 5 plus Michael Taylor yet to make their second pit stop. We are now getting to lap number 60. So we're definitely in the realm that the drivers that are still out there are good to go on one more stop. They've been able to make it at least kind of 30 and 30. So the next pit stop should be around lap 90, and then it'll only have a 20-lap run to the end of the race. So I like the strategy of the top 5 right now. But I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out. Maybe these guys are actually, can get closer to 40 laps, and they're just coming in early to get those fresh tires. I don't know. We'll see how this thing plays out. John Garrett now peels off from 2nd place into pit lane. So it's going to leave us with just 5 more drivers yet to complete that second pit cycle here tonight.
Yeah, and this here being lap 61, so obviously more than 30-some laps remaining. So yeah, another pit stop still in the books there, 4:66 as of right now. So still watching the 18 of Austin Call and Robert Kahn, Gordon Larson to see if their strategies are going to pay out, if they're going to be able to stretch this fuel out a little bit. And I'll go ahead and show what's going on. We'll take these for y'all and just show pit lap here. Take the car number down so you can see the drivers that have come down. You don't have the first pit because until I finally got SDK up.
That's what it is.
They were in a little bit sooner, so unfortunately. But right now, Larson coming in of the 00 here, coming down into the pits. He's in the pits, and Asakal just came down into the pits here at lap 62. So a pretty decent run. You got Robert Kahn coming down finally. It's gonna bring Dalton Kilroe still out there, and John Garrett.
Yeah, no surprise here with Dalton Kilroe sticking out there for another lap. He typically is one that likes to go a little bit longer in the runs, especially in the beginning of the race, to set up a faster car for that final stretch run. But he's going to be behind by quite a bit when he decides to come in. Right now, it looks like John Garrett is going to be the one that inherits the lead, as in to the pits comes the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. Garrett did get past Andrew Palesci and Austin Call, so they would end up being your top three right now, as Palesci pit on lap number 50. So again, I guess we'll see where he gets to on this run right here. It might tell us what these guys can do. But I mean, right here you have Dalton Kilroe getting all the way to lap 63 before he came in for his second pit stop. So it's around 30. Maybe a little bit over 30 laps for a longer extended run out there. So I mean, you're gonna have to get to close to lap 80 here. So he's gonna have to get minimum 30 laps on this tank. So I mean, it's still well within a possibility, and maybe Palesci just going off strategy there to try and get the tires when and where he wants them. It's got him up to second right now. But he's going to have Austin Cole, I'm sure, right there. But coming to think of it, Austin Cole may not have taken... he did take tires on this pit stop. So John Garrett is the one that decided not to take tires this time. He took him the first pit stop, not this time. So I'm sure we'll see Palesci and Cole reel him in here pretty quickly. Michael Taylor finally in here to make his second pit stop.
Got 32 laps on that tank there for the number 98. So definitely one of the later drivers to make a pit stop. Could play out to their favor, where they don't have to save as much. So you do see the right side going up and then coming down, and wait for that left side. Yep, left side. So 98 grabbing tires here. That's one lap 66 of 110. Your leader is Austin Call on number 18 currently, and then you have Andrew Palesci, John Garrett, Maxwell Caldwell, and Cade Green back here for your top five. It's been a while since we've seen the 19 kind of floating around up towards the front, so good run for the 19 right now. Robert Kahn in the Home Depot car back there in P number 6. Gordon Larson in 00 having a good run here in 7th. And then you have DJ Mitzel in the Kodak machine. Looks like he has that front right damage that he had earlier up on the fixed. That number 4. Michael Pratt up 12 spots here tonight. Hasn't quite made it all the way to the front yet, but 77 working strong here mid-pack.
Yeah, good job here for the 77, and definitely do got to give a shout out once again. I do like that paint scheme. He had it on there for the Memorial race last week, and that's just a good looking paint scheme. Getting passed right now by Dalton Kilroe, who's got 10 lap newer tires on that machine, so pretty easy pass there for the 41 as he moves himself back up into 9th. And this is kind of what we talked about early on in the race, Jimmy. When you get these races that go clean and green, you get so many different strategies, and I know it can be, just pulling your hair out as a driver, trying to figure out what you got to do, when you got to do it. It's so much to think about inside the car. But for us up here in the booth, it's freaking awesome. I mean, because there's so many races where we get into and we see one car just absolutely dominating, and okay, he's gonna win bar somebody wrecking him or something happening to him or a caution coming at the wrong time. That's your winner. You got it locked down. But when you get races like this and there's 23 different strategies and there's only 21 different drivers, it's awesome, because we don't know what's going to happen by the end of this race, and we really don't have any idea who's got the best strategy. Sometimes not till 10 laps to go, sometimes not until 2 laps to go do we know who's actually got a shot at the win.
Yeah, definitely does mix things up here, especially in the booth. It has us guessing, and that's what makes running here, you know, with VVR so much fun. Up here, you try to, you're up here trying to create the story or a picture for people to see, and you know, right now I'm just confused. I don't know if you know, the bears are sleeping in the bed, and you know, little Miss Muffet's eating porridge. I don't know what's going on. I mean, it all started off with the not being able to log in because my power was out, but we're finally here. We're on lap 71. We still have quite a few laps of racing to go here. Still have about 48-ish, I think it is, still remaining. So right now it looks like Cade Green's gonna call the pit number there and bring that number 19 down into pit lane. So Austin Call's still out front enjoying some well-deserved lap sled here at the Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, 3.8 second lead. I think these pit stops right now are a bit early. Cade Green going to have to go about 38 laps on that last tank. I think it's a big, big ask. It's a long stretch. So we may not see the 19 make it to the end of the race from here. I think you got to get close to the lap 80. You know, maybe you can come in around 77 or so and be able to stretch it to the end. But I think that's kind of the you know, the long edge. The minimum is 76, 77 before you're able to make it all the way to the end. Robert Kahn trying to work his way back up there. He was the pole sitter here tonight. Austin Call started back there in 10th position, but he has been looking fast here all night. He's got that 18 up front. Andrew Pileshi certainly on a different pit strategy than everyone else. Pit very, very much earlier than everyone on the first run and second run. Last pit on lap number 50, so I would think he's going to try and stretch these last two out for 30 apiece. It's got him up to second right now, so it may not be the worst strategy out there. I mean, we've seen for a while he was down a lap until everyone came in and cycled through the pit stops. But Call, Pileshi, Kahn, Caldwell, and Garrett for your top 5. Then you got Kilrow, Mitzel, Pratt, Merkel, and Larson for your top 10 as we are completing lap number 75. Still got 35 laps to go.
Yeah, still plenty of racing here at Texas, and they've been doing a great job, Carl. This is turn 1 and 2 is so nice to kind of just pretty much full throttle through, but it does put a lot of pressure on that right side, which then when you go through 3 and 4, you push. See, there's a lot more lifting through 3 to, if you want to stay lower, obviously, but you don't want to, you know, push to that outside right here and then the try area. So it's definitely a lot of fun, but you got to be careful, and that's why we seen earlier there DJ Mitzel had a little bit of right front damage. We could probably look at all the other cars. We'll see who has met the wall here at Texas. Let's see. I'm saying 1, at least 1. So there's Austin. Well, everybody might have took their fast repair. We'll just go through Andrew Pileshi, Maxwell Garrett, Maxwell Caldwell, John Garrett. Stop being so close together. Dalton Kilrow, DJ Mitzel, he's fixed now. Todd Merkel looks good. Mike Pratt looks good. Eric Blount, Gordon Larson, Brandon Meyer, Mike Rideout, Len McNeese, Hemi.
There's one.
There we got one.
There's one.
Robert Smith, Tim Lee, Cade Green, Mike Taylor, Hilton Young is number 2.
There's 2.
And Tyler Hilton. So 2 drivers have met so far that haven't used their fast repair to get it replaced. But meet that wall coming out of turn 4. You can see right there, Andrew Pileshi kind of going up near it during that tri-oval area, and just tag that wall, and it just ruins your nose. But I did it a few times. I was running laps here tonight, hours ago. Like I said, I literally put up the link and everything. I shared it on Facebook. You just know how frustrated I am with that. I just kind of, I don't want to dwell on it too much, but wow, I just, you try to set things up so you have things a little easier after you're done making dinner, and then things just kind of fall apart. But either way, we're on lap 80, 40 laps, or 30 laps remaining here. So anybody coming in right now should be able to make it. So Austin Call coming in here on lap 80. We'll see if this is the strategy. It was up there. Does look like the right. Oh no, I don't think.
No, that is.
No.
Yeah, that's no tires because he took tires on his first 2 pit stops, so he is out. These drivers do have a 3 tire set limit, so you're gonna be making 3 pit stops tonight. One of them is not going to involve tires, and it looks like the 18 decided to take tires on the first 2. It got him out to about a 6-second lead when he came in to the pits there. So we'll see if that pays off here for the last 30 laps. Right now, Robert Kahn is your leader, and he's got a 6-second lead over Dalton Kilrow. Both of them taking tires on their last pit stop. It looks like, for the most part, you know, some of the top runners right now will have a set of tires in the pits for this this final pit stop. Taking a look at here, Andrew Pileshi. I'm not sure. Yeah, he does have a set of tires in there. So this is going to be the last pit stop, and he did make it all the way to lap 82. So regardless of those early pit stops, you know, we just wanted to get in there, get him out of the way. It got him all the way up to second place, and now into the pits for his last pit stop, grabbing some tires. John Garrett now coming in, and this is where it kind of gets interesting because these drivers stuck it out there for these long runs. So one, they'd be definitely good to go all the way to the end, and maybe they could make a little bit shorter of a pit stop because it wouldn't need as much fuel. But there's also kind of that cutoff. If you're planning on taking 4 tires on that last pit stop, if you're taking less fuel than it takes time to change those 4 tires, you kind of did yourself a disservice, and you could have been running a little bit harder and maybe not saving fuel. You know, if it takes, say, 10 seconds to fill up the car and it takes 12 seconds to change 4 tires, well, you got 2 seconds that you could have essentially used up on the track and when it comes to fuel. So it's just, you know, one more thing to think about as a driver, and one more thing to kind of dwell about when you're sitting there waiting for those tires to change on that last pit stop. But either way, you're just happy to get back out there with some fresh rubber and see what you can do to the end. And we're seeing most of the drivers already making that final pit stop, but we still got plenty out there yet to go. It looks like of the drivers that made a pit stop, Austin Call is ahead of Andrew Pileshi by a pretty good margin because he didn't take those tires. So he's got about 11.5-second lead over the 81 right now. We're seeing some more drivers come in. Maxwell Caldwell now into the pits this time by. Still waiting for our top 3 to make their final pit stop.
Yes, a few drivers, you know, sticking it out right now. Longest one out there, see, Merkel's been out there since lap 54. Smith has been out there since 54, so still a few drivers kind of dragging this thing out to the best that they can. Obviously, if a caution came, and they are drivers that have tires, they could find themselves, you know, a little bit above the competition here as far as speed goes. But 25 laps to go. We just broke down into the to-go column, and been a great race here, been a quick one. It just seems like it kind of flew by tonight. Looks like Tyler Hunt said he's going to park the O2s. The headset shut off in qualifying, and he doesn't have a spotter or any car audio. I mean, it was kind of like me trying to start the broadcast, Tyler, and I had no power. I mean, what are you going to do? And then I got in, and then there's no SDK to read to show it and share to everybody. I don't know. Been in a very interesting night. Don't know what's going on. Gremlins are out. Rarely ever lose power around here. We had a hurricane, 4 years ago, something like that. Anyways, and during the hurricane, I had power the entire time. When the hurricane finally passed, I lost my internet for 30 minutes. That was it. During a major hurricane. Yeah, during a pretty major hurricane.
We get a light wind here, and I lose the internet for like 3 days. So I don't want to hear you complaining at all. But here comes Robert Kahn into the pits to make his final pit stop. Taking a look at the difference between tires and not tires. Austin Call, again, not having a set of tires for his last run. Andrew Pileshi did. Pileshi running about a second faster per lap. And that lead for Austin Call over Pileshi is now down under 8 seconds already. So definitely Pileshi enjoying those tires and making a run at Austin Call here for the end of this race. But we'll see where everything shakes out. We still got to wait for Dalton Kilrow and Michael Taylor to make their final pit stops of the race. And you see all these drivers that are a lap down or, you know, a ton of seconds behind right now. Austin Call and Andrew Palesh are the only ones on the lead lap with Dalton Kilrow, who is trying to stretch this thing out as long as possible. I would assume he's still going to be taking 4 tires on this last pit stop, but he'll definitely have some of the freshest tires to make a run at the end. You can't wait too long, though. You got to get in and make hay with those fresh tires for as long as possible at the end. So we'll see when the 41 does decide to make that final pit stop. But in between Austin Call and Andrew Palesh, about 6 seconds separating him right now. So Palesh on a move.
Yeah, and you can see off the nose of Dalton Kilrow, the car in front of him, the little dot there, now going through turn 3. That's Andrew Palesh. Definitely right on the heels here. And Kilrow was last in on lap 63, so probably looking around the 90 mark. And is it enough? Because Andrew Palesh is on newer tires and able to kind of go around. We could be seeing a possible winning strategy from somebody who's like, what is he doing? So definitely a good call here so far with Andrew. Has himself in a pretty good situation to the end of the race with 20 laps to go, chasing down Andrew Call, which is in P number 2. Obviously, he's good to go, so he's going to get himself a great finish here, Carl. So 18 doing what he needs to do to, you know, at least be in that top 5. Things are still kind of winding down here with 19 laps to go. We'll settle down once everybody has come in for their pit stop. But the only one not in is that number 63 of number 41 of Dalton Kilrow. So can he go back to back?
Yeah, Kilrow looking for his 5th win on the season. I think it's going to be a tall ask here because he is kind of in the same boat as Austin Cole, losing about a second a lap to Andrew Palesh. And, I mean, it works out that if for some reason, somehow, he can stretch this thing all the way out to the end, he can... he can... If he has the fuel to make it to the end, I'm calling BS, and I'm wanting that car into tech after the race. I want to see how many fuel cells he's got in that thing. It definitely doesn't have just one, but I mean, he's got the distance right now to cover them if they're only gaining a second a lap. And you see right here, the 19 having the fresh tires here at the end. He had to make that extra pit stop. He's got that done and dusted now, putting on lap number 88. But K Green has got a long way to make it up through this field. Austin Call right now still holding off Andrew Palesh, but it is down to 3.3.
Yeah, that last lap, Andrew Call running 8:31.85. Andrew Palesh running 8:31.55. So tires starting to even out here, Carl. Now Dalton Kilrow is going to go ahead and give up that lead here with 16 laps to go. Is it going to be enough time to get out there and get back up there? We'll see where he comes out. I would say he's going to fall right around
even
Robert.
if it's splash and dash right now, the 18 going by him, 81's going to go by as well. It could be a top 5 in the making here, and he's got 16 laps to use those new tires to make a run back, but it's going to be tough, and I definitely don't think, unless we get a caution here, that we'll see back-to-back wins here for the 41. It looks like he's down and away, and joining the field back here again. Len McNeese going by. That's not 4 position. Taking a look like Michael Pratt coming by right now. This is 7th position on his outside. Should be joining right behind him. We'll see if the 4 of Mitzel has enough of a run. Going to be close battle here down into 3, but 41's got some fresh tires, so he should be able to fend off the 4. And as you can see right there, he's going to drive away pretty quickly and try and see how far up the line he can go. 15 laps to go here. Austin Call now back out into the lead, but only 1.6 seconds ahead of Andrew Palesh, running him down. But don't count out Robert Kahn. Kahn has got 7 lap newer tires than Palesh, and he is absolutely on a tear, running about 0.7 of a second faster than Andrew Palesh right now. Last time by, Palesh with a 31.45, Kahn 30.78. The 21 is looking for his 3rd win on the season, and it's definitely not out of the cards just yet.
Yeah, Robert's been close a few times, just hasn't gotten there to get himself multiple wins, but doing pretty good here so far on a pretty good strategy. Obviously in the right spot at the moment. Dalton Kilrow with a 30.83 last lap, so running over a half a second faster as well. We should see Kilrow jump up just a little bit because he's got a lot of work to do here back in P6, but he should be somewhere in the top 5 before the end of the night, which is soon.
13 laps to go now, and you see the top 3 are separated by less than a second and a half, or right around about there, as Robert Kahn now a second and a half behind your leader. Paleshi is only a half a second behind the leader, so it's going to be a 3-car battle here at the end. I don't think Austin Call can get to the end quick enough here, and already Paleshi you see right behind, but you're riding on board now from the front of Robert Kahn. You can see both of the front 2 leaders right in front of him, and I think honestly, unless something happens here, unless one of these cars was holding back a lot, this could be Robert Kahn's race to lose, as the 81 goes to work on the 18 off of turn number 4, the 38 there. Lap car Hilton Young kind of getting in the mix here a little bit. They're going to stay out to the outside. And what a move there by Robert Kahn, diving to the inside of Austin Call, not wasting any time. Moves right into second and goes right to work on Andrew Paleshi, 2 for 1 in turn 2.
Yeah, it's that turn, like I said, that turn 1, Carl, especially with some pressure tires, you can just if you get the right angle, you just wrap it right around there, almost full throttle. You don't even have to hardly let off in turns 1 and 2. 3 and 4, different story. That's where you see a lot of cars will push out, and that's why I was just poking at some of the drivers, because I know how difficult it can be, how tight the car gets when you push coming out of 4. Obviously looking at that front right damage there on a few vehicles, but yeah, Robert Kahn has found the strategy that is working so far here tonight with 10 laps to go. The car in question, I think right now is the 94. If he can get by Austin Call, I think he was on new tires as well, and John Garrett obviously was just on. I think he was just on some fuel. And then you have Dalton Kilrow back there, still in P number 6. So it has a few drivers in front of him. That time around, Dalton Kilrow running a 30.76. Everybody in front of him running in the 31s, getting very close to 32. Austin Call still running he was in the 32, so definitely looking to make some moves here. He's got by John Garrett, so Kilrow now into P number 5. Oh, and you see the what was that, 76 into Mike right out, tagging that wall. Coming out of 4, so like I said, that car gets tight. So, but good one here. 8 laps to go, and Robert Kahn leads the way.
Only driver in the top 6 that doesn't have fresh tires is the 18 of Austin Call, and you gotta wonder if he's gonna be able to hold on to third place yet before this is over. Is actually, I thought Maxwell Caldwell was closer to him. Not sure if there was an issue for Caldwell, but he's still got 4.8 seconds to make up. He is running faster. Lap time is about 0.4 of a second, but that's not going to be enough to get him up there and battle for a podium spot. Still a good run here for Caldwell. So I think maybe Caldwell needs to look in his rearview mirrors and watch that 41 getting bigger and bigger, as Kilrow running almost a full second faster than Caldwell right now, trying to get himself up there and get into 4th position. I don't think it's in the cards to try and get up there and get a podium, so maybe not the right strategy to get himself up onto a podium spot here tonight for Kilrow, but it's going to get him a good solid top 5 position, and you see him diving down there trying to get a good run off the corner, looking for the back of Maxwell Caldwell, and that 41 certainly getting bigger here, as they'll take the 5 to go this time by.
Yeah, 5 laps to go. Dalton Kilrow chewing at the bit here at Maxwell Caldwell. Needs to make it around here to break into the top 4. But good run for, the league tonight, all in all, Carl. It's another race here with only 5 laps to go. It's been green from the start. Robert Kahn, your pole sitter, yes, and definitely doing a fantastic job. Andrew Paleshi has moved up 5 spots from his start. Austin Call up 7 for your top 3, but your biggest mover And no shocker here, the 77 of Michael Pratt as he comes back. Looks like he's coming back out, but it's currently sitting in P number 7.
Yeah, not coming back out, just I think trying to stay to the bottom, trying to, excuse me, fend off the 4 right now, DJ Mitzel, as Pratt did not take tires, or if anything, he took right side tires on that last pit stop to try and get some track position. But it looks like it's going to still be a good solid top 10 for the 77, but getting passed there by Mitzel. 3 laps to go as the 21 of Robert Kahn crosses the line. Your pole sitter was up there and led some laps in the beginning, and then kind of the middle of the race, he was back there just kind of hanging on to the top 5, and it seemed like he was kind of off pace. But you know, we talked about earlier about 35 different strategies out here from the drivers going clean and green the entire way, and it took until about 12 laps to go to really understand who's got the right strategy, who made the right calls throughout the race. And the 21 is back out front. 2 laps to go before the 21 can grab his 3rd win in the season, and really it just looks like it's a formality right now. Just got to go around the track 2 more times, keep it off the walls, and he's got really no threat from behind. Paleshi is back there, 4.25 seconds right now. Another 3 seconds back to Austin Call, who's got Dalton Kilrow only 1 second behind. Can Kilrow reel in Call on these final 2 laps? This is probably the best battle to keep an eye on right now on the track. 1 lap to go. The white flag in the air for Robert Kahn. And right now, Austin Call taking that white flag, but it's down to a half a second. Can Kilrow make the comeback with a late pit stop here all the way on lap number 94? The 41 reeling in the 18 on the backstretch. 1 more corner, a little bit of bobble from the 18, and that could very well cost him. They head down into turn number 3 as the 21 going to take the checker flag. The 41 to the outside, trying the hard way, and he's got the tires to do it off the corner. The 18 tries to pinch him a little side draft, but Dalton Kilrow is going to get to talk to us after the race as he grabs a top 3 here tonight. Robert Kahn getting it done. Paleshi going to come home in 2nd, then Kilrow, Call, and Caldwell for your top 5 as... Man, these races, when they play out like this, when it goes green the entire way, or at least for a good chunk of the race, and these different strategies play out, it's so awesome because, again, Robert Kahn halfway through the race looked like he was kind of fading back through the field. Didn't really have the car that he had for you know, what he had during qualifying, grabbing the pole. All of a sudden, he's easily your winner. Dalton Kilrow came back out of the pits, battling for 8th place with DJ Mitzel, and all of a sudden, with about 15 laps to go, he runs everyone down. He gets all the way up there to 3rd place. So heck of a run for the 41 as well. Excuse me. Want to thank all the fans out there for tuning in. This was a good one once we got it up going here. Want to apologize once again for the start of this race, but man, you guys were treated to a heck of a race once you got to take a look at this thing. Thank you to our sponsors here, Goldline Guardians, Fort Worth Screen Printing, and Hilton Crafts and Designs, as well as they got treated to a great race here tonight. Kahn coming home with his 3rd win of the season. We'll get these top 3 in here for their well-deserved interviews. Jimmy, I know it may have taken you a little bit here, but again, it was worth the wait.
Yeah, it took me a little bit. Again, like Carl said, I deeply apologize. I mean, I can't control the weather, let alone the power grid. But I don't know. I don't know why the YouTube created 2 different links. Obviously, I had to share the other link around so that everybody could hop in, or at least come back and watch it. And then obviously, SDK didn't want to operate as well. So, and then finally, everything just kind of came about. But it is what it is when it comes to those technical difficulties. You know, we've had drivers drop out of races, and it's no different here for the broadcasters, where, we haven't had that happen yet. We're mid-race and just drop. So we'll just keep knocking on wood. But, it can happen. We're all out here virtually, and we just try to do the best we can to show up and be here and put on a good show. But the people putting on a good show are the drivers on the track. So, again, congratulations to all the drivers. I'll go ahead and run down those results here one more time as we wait for the drivers to get down in the waiting room. So your rundown here tonight, there's 21 drivers. Robert Kahn is your winner with Andrew Pileshi in second. Dalton Kilrose in third. Austin Call with a fantastic run and almost pulling it off there in the with the top four. Maxwell Caldwell finished fifth. John Garrett in sixth. DJ Mitzel in seventh. Michael Pratt will finish in eighth. Todd Merkel in ninth. Eric Blount there for P number 10. Brandon Meyer for P11, Gordon Larson for 12th, Mike Rideout for 13th, Len McNeese for 14th. Tim Lee will finish in 15th, Cade Green, seen him up front there a little bit here tonight, in 16th. Hemi Garadini in 17th in the 17, so I guess that's a lucky place there. Michael Taylor in 18th, and then for the rest of your field, Hilton Young will finish in 19th, Robert Smith in 20th, and Tyler Hilton, don't blame me, buddy, for parking a little bit early. It's kind of weird running iRacing with no sound, let alone, I mean, I've had times where I've had no feedback, and that's probably the one of the weirdest feelings too, when you're driving a nice nice expensive wheel, and it just for some reason it has no feedback. So, but all challenges out there that we can have via iRacing, of course. But we'll get down here to the winners. I'll rewind it just a little bit, and we'll talk to our top three.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'd rather have if I had to choose one of them. I mean, I'm a driver that drives by sound. I listen to the car and how the car is handling to kind of determine where I need to push, where I need to kind of let off a little bit. But in the same case, I also drive by feel. So to have either of those go wrong would absolutely suck. But did not suck for our top three here tonight, when we're ready to bring them into the booth. We're going to start with our third place finisher here tonight, and that's going to be the 41 of Dalton Kilroan. Dalton, we up here in the booth love races like this when it goes green all the way through, not just because the race goes by, but more because there's so many different strategies. I mean, it seemed like everyone out there was on a different strategy here tonight, whether it be when they pitted, what they took when they came into the pits. It was just all over the place. You decided to run that thing a little bit longer here tonight, take those fresh tires, and you come out all the way back there battling for eighth. And within the last 15 laps, you're all the way up there to third. So I guess first of all, congratulations on running down Austin Call there on the last lap and making the pass for third. But at what point in these races here do you kind of figure out what strategy you want to go for? Do you have a game plan before the race, or do you kind of just play it by ear as the race is going on?
Just kind of play it by ear most of the time. I mean, there's a general kind of thing that I like to follow, where I just want fresh tires as late as possible, just in case there is that late yellow, so that way I can have a fighting chance. But tonight was kind of throwing audibles left and right, just because everybody was doing something different. Had to figure out what would be the best chance for us to get the best finish. And for me, I thought it was stay out, be on the freshest tires at the end, and potentially catch a yellow. I should have known that wouldn't have happened with how the race was going and how spread out everybody was. So yeah, it is what it is. I'll take a third place. I'm just glad Robert was able to go up there and win it. He had the speed all night, and nothing denied him of a good run.
Yeah, absolutely. He gets his third win of the season. I mean, you got four right now. You're still the king of the mountain heading into the summer break here. But I guess his next question is, what do you got to do to finally just kind of reel in Andrew Pileshi? I mean, it seems like you guys are just not separated by anything. You go out there, you get your fourth win of the season last week, but you only gained 4 points on him because he comes home in second. Now here tonight, you have a great run, a great race. You come home in the top three again. But he's right
and
in
he
front
finishes
of you.
second.
And it seems like you guys
Trust
are just
me, I'm
right
paying attention to it.
So what is it going to take after the summer break to get this thing done?
Andrew to make a mistake. I mean, we've still got a long way to go in this season, so anything can happen. I mean, the night was race 13, so we still got another 8, 9 races to go, just about. So, I mean, a lot can happen in 9 races. I mean, after last week, I was 17 points back. So, a couple points here and there every race, I can get them.
Well, I like the sound of that, and I know just from last season, you had a dominant car, and it seemed like you couldn't do anything wrong here. This season, you're not really doing much wrong. It's just Paleshi is really just kind of doing the same thing. So it's going to take one little mistake by one driver or the other. But either way, you come home again with another podium here tonight, another good run. Try to go for back-to-back wins, just not in the cards here tonight. But it's got to feel good to get one more podium before the break.
Yeah, it absolutely does. I mean, I'm just glad tonight we went incident free and were able to just let everybody's raw speed just kind of handle how it was going to go. That's always a fun one.
It seemed like it was maybe a little bit tight here tonight, and it was kind of surprising me. We seen a few cars into the outside walls, and it was a little chilly on the track. I mean, it was about I think it was 89 degrees for track temperature. So I was kind of surprised that it didn't go the opposite way and go a little bit loose for you guys.
From my experience, once the track starts to cool off, the speeds will pick up and you'll have more grip because you're carrying that much more speed. If you're offline just at all, it's just going to carry you up and out. So the tricky part for me tonight was keeping it, running 85, 90%. Because if I jumped the curb a little bit, it wanted to, I made a joke about it on my stream. I was like, hey, if I get any closer to this wall, I'm going to need to apply to work at the track so that way I can legally move the wall back 2 feet. Otherwise, it's going to happen regardless, and I'm just going to pay a fine. So it was tough, but still was able to manage it enough, obviously, to come back and finish third.
Well, you kept that 41 clean, and like you said, you came home third. You just got the pass done on that last lap, so we had our eyes on that as you went around the outside of the final corner and made it stick. So congrats on the top 3 finish here tonight. Before we let you go, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
I can thank obviously MFRD. Thank him every week. Robert Kahn for us working together. Just pretty much all season. Him and I are just firing on all cylinders, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to make a run and try and hunt down me and Andy. Obviously, I got to thank you guys for the broadcast, Gold Line Guardians, Hilton Crafts and Designs, Fort Worth Screen Printing, everybody at VVR for putting the league on, and all the drivers for making the racing out there what it is, and to everybody that was around me when I got my rear tires lifted off the ground going in turn 1 and was 45 degrees sideways for not running me over and allowing me to save the car. So appreciate it.
So things sometimes just work out, and it worked out there for you. So congrats again on the finish here tonight. We'll let you go celebrate, and we'll see you in a month at Iowa Speedway.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Your third place finisher here tonight, the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. Second place tonight, and definitely running a completely different strategy than Dalton Kilroe is the 81 of Andrew Paleshi.
Andrew, Jimmy and Carl in the booth. Copy, buddy.
What's up, boys?
Hey, you're back here again. Yet another second place finished. First place just kind of out of reach yet again. But obviously, another good night for points as your competitor that was closing in on you. Dalton Kilroe was behind you, so obviously a positive. But Robert Kahn getting a little bit of run here towards the middle of the season, but obviously that middle season summer break coming up for y'all. So it's going to be a few weeks before you're all back out on track. So one great race. You definitely had me confused. I didn't know what kind of strategy you were going with, but I think everybody had me confused because I had no idea who was going to win until probably about 10 or 15 laps to go. So give us a little rundown of how your race was, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, it was a crazy race. I didn't really know how it was going to work either. I just figured I'd roll the dice. I had a little advice from some of my teammates. Because normally kind of sticking with the same strategy as everybody else never really helps me much. So tried to short pit everybody once we realized that we could make it on fuel and stuff, and it paid off. Robert is just very, very, very fast, and it's getting a little scary. But yeah, like I said, another second place. Like I feel like Mark Martin, man. I need to win. It's been a while.
We have another driver that we've broadcasted many times, and we started calling him the bridesmaid because second place was just always where he seemed to be. So hopefully that is the fact for the 81, as you are the points leader. So I mean, you got that going for you. Your consistency is by far well above many here so far, even with only that one win. So doing great so far this season. So again, we just wanted to say congratulations on another great run, and obviously give you some time for any shouts you might have as well.
Yeah. I think we'll you got a lot of good. I feel like a Tony Stewart kind of guy. I come alive in the summertime. There's a lot of good tracks coming up for me, so hopefully it works out well. Shout out to you boys in the booth. I made it back another week. So that's just as good as winning, right? I mean,
it is, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, who needs championships when you got
yeah, exactly. Yeah, who cares? My team, Maxwell Caldwell, Todd Merkel, Austin Call. He's been showing up the last couple weeks. He planted the idea of the strategy in my head. So big shout out to him. I thought he was gonna win it on what he was trying to cook up. So yeah, them guys, everybody watching, Tim host, you guys in the booth. Happy to be here.
It's always good to see the 81 out there on the track. Always a pleasure to talk to you up here as well. So again, thanks for the shout outs. Congratulations on the great run. Enjoy your summer break, and we will see you when you return at Iowa.
Yes, sir.
And we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Hope to see you boys in a month.
All right.
Have a good one.
Andy. Yep.
Thank you.
That is your second place finisher here tonight, the 81 of Andrew Pilecki. I guess since he's leading the points, he's getting the second place, but he's leading points. Do we call him the best man instead of the bridesmaid? I mean, it's been working out for him one way or another. But best man here tonight and tonight's race is going to be Robert Kahn in the 21. And Robert, it's fun. Again, I'll say the same thing I said to Dalton. It's fun watching these. You guys out there running clean and green the entire race and seeing the umpteen different strategies out there. And it seemed like he had pace. Obviously, you got the car on the pole, and then middle of the race, you were kind of just, back there in the top 5, but you made the right call at the right time. And man, you just drove through the field there at the end, and a little 2 for 1 to go from third to first coming out of turn number 2.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. I was trying to pace myself, and I saw that hole open up there with the lap car, and I said, "Man, I'm gonna take it while I can," But yeah, it's nice with the that we went completely green, because then you can do these strategies where in the previous races I would try to do this, and we have a caution come out. I'm still first when the caution comes out, but I'm on old tires, and I drop back to 10th. But so it's nice to be able to execute it exactly how you had it planned. So it was a good race.
So the one thing that me and Jimmy kind of joked about was all these different strategies. It's not a situation where we see one car out there dominate and we figure, okay, they're going to win unless something weird happens. When it comes to races like this, we didn't have any idea who's going to win, and I don't think we had any idea until about maybe 12 laps to go till we started looking at the the guys that took tires and who didn't, and how old the tires were, and until we actually had an idea that at first I think we thought Pilecki was there in line to get the win. Then all of a sudden you look back and you got 7 lap newer tires than him. So at what point did you think you had the right strategy and the right calls here to get this thing done?
When I split that last pit stop in half, and because I knew that Boston didn't have tires, so I was thinking if I split it in half, I'd have to have plenty of time to catch them. So when I started getting within 4 or 5 seconds of them, I was like, okay, I think I can do something. But when I came out and I was 10.7 behind, I'm not gonna lie, I had that thing pretty wide open for about 10 laps. So
no saving.
There was no saving going on. Another 10 laps, I think Dalton would have caught me. So.
Well, you had the right strategy, the right calls here. You get yourself your third win on the season. You come into tonight, not really, that far out of the points, especially given this is only race number 13 here tonight. So, I mean, what are your thoughts? You think you can kind of get a little string going here? You'll probably move up now, coming in 5th place in the points, but Mike Casey not out there tonight. Kilrow, Pilecki, and it seems like, maybe you and Robert Warrens when he's out there. It seems like you guys are kind of the class of the field right now and looking for the championship run in that second half.
I think so. I mean, this season's been really good because really the top 12 in points. There's so much talent out here. Like that, I can't go out. Like Iowa's a good track for me. I can't say to you right now that I can go to Iowa and win because anybody in the top 15 could win this race. So everyone's so competitive, and I think that there's no telling. I mean, it seems like between the top 5, we win the majority of the races. But I mean, there's no telling. There's so much talent with this group.
Yeah, I mean, Ewan and Dalton Kilroy are the only ones that have multiple wins this season coming in, and it's kind of amazing to say that. I mean, you guys are now 13 races into the season. There's 8 different winners out here, so you never know who's going to win on a weekly basis. So it seems like the nights where you're not getting the win, those are the ones that mean the absolute most. And right now you had a couple little I don't want to say rough patches, but enough that it's put you back there in 5th, even though you got 3 races on your belt here at the top step of the podium.
Yeah, I tend to have like almost like Kyle Larson seasons where I get a glimpse of about 3 races where I do really well, and then I have 2 trash races. Like it's just so bad, like everything can go wrong. So, but the reason I could tell everyone does so well right now is because, I mean, I finished second, I think 2 or 3 weeks in a row, and I'm still in 5th in points. I mean, that's showing a lot of talent out there.
Yeah, well, whether you like it or not, unfortunately.
Right.
So, obviously, you guys got a little break here. You got about a month until we're back in action here. Any ideas for the second half of the schedule? Is there a certain race that you're looking forward to, or a certain race that you're maybe not looking forward to in the schedule to end this thing out?
Iowa's I'm circling the date on that one. That's a really good track for me. I hate that we're going into a month break right now because I feel like I'm getting my mojo now, So it's just I have to get met him right before we start. So Iowa, and there's a couple races I look forward to. So.
Well, we'll certainly look forward to you guys coming back here in action for CRN. It's been a heck of a ride for these first 13 races, and I'm sure you guys got some fireworks for us when you come back from the break after the 4th of July here. But before we let you go here tonight and celebrate your 3rd win of the season, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Mainly you guys. You guys do such a great job with these broadcasts. I mean, they're amazing. So kudos to you guys, and then Virtual Velocity and Tim and all the admin team. They do such a good job getting the right people in these races and officiate them the correct way. So those are the main people I'd like to thank.
Buddy, well, congrats again on your win here tonight. We'll let you go celebrate. We'll see you in a month at Iowa.
Sounds good, guys. I appreciate it.
Later.
That's your winner here tonight, the 21 of Robert Kahn. Looking to try and reel in these guys at the front, but when you come in here 5th in points, you get your 3rd win of the season. You think, okay, it's a good points night. I can move my way up. But then you got your points leader finishing 2nd. You got 2nd place in the points, finishing 3rd. I said, what the heck do I got to do to reel in these guys?
Well, I mean, you gotta have continue to get those good finishes that he's getting, and just gotta finish in front of him the entire time. It's the talent up at the top is very extremely high, and he said, he's still sitting 5th in points. So, it just takes one one really bad race, and or two to for some of them drivers to kind of drop back. They take these strategies, and then they're staying out there longer, and then somebody ends up with a lap down. So there's just all kinds of things that can happen. These green flag runs are are extremely common here at VVR. They've done it a lot. It's probably one of the leagues that probably have the that we've broadcasted to have some of the most green flag from start to finish, especially on ovals. And they put on a great show, and that's what makes them so great to watch and so great to be part of, and just to kind of continue to do things here the way VVR likes to do them. And that, it's like Robert was saying, thanks to Tim. Tim's an extremely busy person. He's all over the place, and things definitely run extremely smooth here. And I'm sure he's got his little helpers here and there, but for the most part, it falls on the weight of that number 24 of Tim Lee. And I'll go ahead and bring his car up here on screen so we don't forget who it is that helps everybody out around here. It is the league owner here, Tim Lee, and the Virtual Velocity Racing team. So all over the car there, proud of what he's made, and I guess I see the CRN sticker on the back as well. So we appreciate Tim as much as everybody appreciates us as well. So it's just going to be a great, I think, a great little break here, Carl. It's almost like 2 different separate seasons, you know, so almost like a reset for some people. Just got to carry some points over.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And the stat that kind of sticks out for me here tonight, obviously green all the way through, but it's the amount of incidents. I mean, we did talk about some drivers kind of slipping out there, pushing out, getting into walls, but I mean, a total of 19 drivers out of 21 with less than 4 incident points for the entire race. And I believe I counted 10 or 11 of the drivers with no incident points at all. I mean, that's pretty amazing to run 110 laps here at Texas under the lights, and not even just have one little blemish from scraping the wall or clipping the grass on the front stretch. Nothing. I mean, nothing. Not a wheel wrong out there. So, kudos to the drivers out there. They did a fantastic job, and none better than Robert Kahn getting it done here tonight, getting the pole, getting the win. Even had the fastest lap of the race on lap number 90 with a 30.332. Just absolutely blazing out there with the fresh tires. Thanks again to our sponsors, Gold Line Guardians, Fort Worth Screen Printing, Hilton Crafts and Designs. And really thank you to all the fans out there for sticking it out with us. Again, we got a little bit of a break here, so it's almost like Jimmy said, in between a couple different seasons. But we will be back here in a month, and I believe it's July 10th for our next race. So hit that like and subscribe, and if you're not sure when we're back, just hit that bell, and it gets you some notifications whenever CRN is live, as we have plenty of racing all throughout the week. That's going to do it for myself here and Jimmy for the Virtual Velocity Racing here at the Texas Motor Speedway. We'll see you at the track.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.